How's it going, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all having a great day. If you guys missed out on the previous video, we finally started working on the Camaro. We started taking off that vinyl top. If you guys missed that, make sure you go back and watch it after you finish watching this one. But look who's finally back in the videos.
Back.
It is not a Cummins video, but we're gonna get his first opinion of the car because he hasn't been on any Camaro videos yet. What do you think of it? Be honest.
Definitely pretty dope. What year is it?
79.
79.
Be honest. I mean, it needs a little work, but you can see the potential in it, right?
Look pretty snazzy after some rims, some paint, some touch up.
Yeah, I mean, you did
a loud pipe.
Yeah, it does need a new exhaust. I mean, it sounds okay now, but that's because it's just dumping straight underneath the car. Now, you did see it with the old vinyl top on it. You can see the potential now with it taken off. What do you think? Look better without it?
Definitely looks better without the crusty white.
Yeah. And honestly, I don't know if it was white, tan, I don't know what it was, but I think I do know something. You'd probably like this a lot better if there was a big Cummins stuffed in here, right?
Definitely.
But it's just a little 305. You've never seen under the hood, have you?
No. Powder coat involved.
I ain't trying to spend a lot of money. It's going to be rattle can. But on today's video, guys, we're finally going to start tearing into some body work here. I'm going to start sanding down the rust spots at the bottom of the base of the front fender here, as well as in the back behind the door there. And we're going to try to sand off some of this residue here, the glue residue from the vinyl top that we took off in the previous video. Now, I know you're not going to be around a lot, but you're going to help at all in the restoration of this car?
I'm around. I'll try to do something.
Yeah. And I know you guys missed the Cummins videos. They'll be back. He's got some plans lined up for some of his trucks here in the future, so it'll be in an upcoming video here soon. You want to give a little teaser or something you got planned, or
something's bright?
Yeah, but let's just say that the truck's gonna look a lot brighter. We'll leave it at that. So make sure you guys are subscribed so you don't miss out on that. And if you guys are new to the channel, we got a bunch of other vehicles here. We got the Dakota, the Plymouth in the driveway. You can't see it because the Merc is blocking it. His daily. We don't do any videos on that, as well as the Cummins. So make sure you guys go take a peek around the channel to see some of the videos that we got. Well, guys, I think that's enough talking. It was kind of a long intro here, but let's get to work. You gonna help at all?
I'm out of here.
Lucky.
Truck pulls, baby.
Oh. Well, let's get that wrecked second gen back on, and maybe you can enter some. Operation Save the Second Gen.
Yep.
That might be in the works here soon in the future. I know we keep talking about it, but maybe someday here. Hey, roll some coal in that thing.
We out of here.
Later.
Yeah.
Well, guys, the first thing I had to do was actually take off this piece of rocker trim because it was in the way of the area I wanted to work in, which was right here. The trim ran right in this area, and I needed to do body work here, so obviously it had to come off. And to be honest, guys, it was a pain in the butt to take off. So there was a screw on each side and the bottom. That was self-explanatory, real easy to take off. But there was these pins, and I had no idea how to get to them because inside here, they ran into this steel piece. So I don't know if I had to take off the aluminum outer piece first or what I had to do. So I just said, screw it, and I ripped it right off because the passenger side's missing, and I'm most likely not going to end up reusing them. I think it looks better without it. So I really didn't care if I broke it. I just ripped it right off. Now that that frustration's out of the way, let's get to that body work and start messing with this area right here. Just gonna sand some of that down. So let's get to work and see what we need to do here. guys, it's actually the next day here, and as you guys saw, we got the rust hole cut out for a patch panel down here on the bottom of the rear quarter panel, and I think that came out pretty good. I still got to clean it up a little bit, but we're going to get a patch made for that and get it welded in and clean it all up. As far as the remaining glue residue goes for the vinyl top, the sander did not work out, which I had hopes for, but it didn't work out. But we picked up a can of this goof off and we did a nice little area right here with it. It's taking a very long time to do, so it'll be a slow, tedious process, but I think it'll come out great. Just got to invest some time and some elbow grease and we'll get all that glue off of there. So I'm just going to stop the talking, get back to work, and enjoy the time lapse. Hopefully we can knock it out. Well, this stuff's really stuck on there. It's almost looking like some algae or moss out of Shrek's swamp. That's some nasty stuff. But this goof off's taking care of it, made a little progress here, but we got a long ways to go.
The next day.
Well guys, just a little update here. It's actually the next day, and I was able to get the majority of the remaining glue residue off with that goof off. It worked very well, no complaints here. But there was a very small, fine amount of glue residue left on here that it did not get off. Now, I could have got it off with it, but I would have had to spend a lot of time, so I was looking for an alternative, and I decided to try this acetone product. As you can see, it's taking off not only the glue residue, but is the green paint as well. It's leaving the majority of the primer behind. It is tearing through in a few small spaces, but that's probably because of the razor blade here. But no worries, since I'm repriming and painting the roof anyways, I'm not too worried about it. But it's coming out great. I'm just doing it in small sections right here, and it's coming off super easy. Now I'm wondering if I was to use that to begin with, if it would have worked a lot better. But you live and you learn. I know next time, I hope I never buy another car with a vinyl top again. But if I ever do, I know what to use now, so that acetone's working great. So I'll just set you guys up on the time lapse and knock out the rest of this roof, and maybe we'll get ready to shoot some primer today. Well guys, I'm super happy here. We were able to get the last remaining glue residue as well as all the green paint off of the roof here. Came out super smooth. So the next thing I'm going to do is take the palm sander to it and just completely smooth it out 100%. That'll prep it for paint, or I should say primer. And then I'm going to remove this rust here as well. So I'm going to paint from the A pillar here all the way back, follow the roof line, the window line right here. So I'm going to try to paint all that today. And I did run out of the acetone, and the lacquer thinner worked just as well. So if you guys are ever removing a vinyl top yourself and you need a way to get that glue residue off, if you're not worried about ruining your paint underneath the top, you can use the acetone or the lacquer thinner. It worked pretty well for me. That's enough talking for now. Let's take the car down and start sanding and prep it for primer. Well guys, I finally finished sanding the majority of the roof to get it ready to shoot some primer, but before I do, got one little last step here. The majority of the roof's all nice and smooth here, but I gotta use the flap wheel on the grinder and take down these pins that were used to hold on the metal trim piece that went across for the vinyl top, as well as sand down this last remaining bit right here. So once I get all that smoothed out, we'll be ready to shoot some primer. So stop the talking, just a little quick short update, so let's get back to work. Well guys, as you can see, we finally got some primer sprayed on the Camaro here. I did the A pillars on both sides, along each window on both sides, and as well as across the front of the windshield here. That came out great, super smooth, no problems there. But I actually think that's going to do it for today's video. We did not get the whole roof painted, unfortunately. We will in the next video, but let me show you why real quick. So back here where the rust was behind the vinyl top, because there was that trim piece that went across, there was a bunch of minor rust pitting. I'm not sure if the camera will pick up on any of that or not, but after doing some research, I'm going to have to buy, it's called Fast Etch from Eastwood. I'm going to have to get that, and that'll actually get the rust out of those pockets. That way I'd be able to paint it without having to worry about it coming back in the future. So once that rust is removed, we'll be able to paint the whole roof, because I was hesitant to do any more painting up here because there was a few rust spots like right here and a little bit up here throughout the primer. I'm not sure how the rust even started to form underneath of that. And that's factory primer, so I have no idea. I mean, cars weren't perfect from the factory anyways, but I'm trying to make it that way. So that's why we're putting a delay on painting the roof here. So I'm gonna order that stuff tonight, and hopefully it'll be in by the time I get ready to film the next video. So yeah, I mean, working on cars, you always run into delays like this, so it doesn't surprise me. I'm used to it, so And to be honest guys, I really wasn't planning on sanding this roof down to bare metal. I was going to leave the majority of this factory primer on here, but after seeing how it's looking back here, as well as in a few spots throughout the roof, I'm most likely going to have to take it all the way down to bare metal, and that'll just be the safest way to ensure there is no rust on this roof before I go to paint it, because after I invest all this time into the car, I really don't want rust coming back, especially coming back up through the new paint job whenever I eventually get around to painting the car. That would really suck. So I know we didn't get that much done in this video guys, but everything that we did get done took a lot of time and it was tedious. So hopefully in the next video we'll be able to knock a lot more stuff out. Hope you guys understand that, but I just wanted to upload for you guys since I was delayed a week and I didn't get a chance to put up a video last week. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, smash that thumbs up button, and I hope you guys are enjoying the whole restoration of this 79 Camaro. We got a bunch of work in the lineup for this car and I'm ready to get my hands dirty. So if you guys are not subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any other future content following the restoration of this Camaro as well as our other vehicles. We got a bunch of work in the lineup for all of our vehicles, especially the Camaro here, because it's going to be quite a rebuild series on it. I'm excited to keep the restoration going. If you guys are enjoying it, I hope you're following along and having a good time with me, because I know I am. But yeah guys, I just think we're going to sign off on the usual, and we'll catch you in the next one, and hopefully we can get that roof painted. Always accelerate and don't look back. Catch you next time.